Alright, Knights of Apollo, what's up guys? It's Apollo here, and welcome back to another glorious siege battle. And just by the look of this massive horde of horses, we're gonna have an epic cav sally out. Holy crap, look at this. Now, we're gonna go ahead and actually pause it here because we don't want to miss any of this juicy action. So let's go ahead and look at the factions really quick and see who's killing who. So on the defending side, of course, we have Parthia going with their cataphracts. They've got a good mix of horse archers, melee, lance cav, shock cav. They're gonna try to do as much damage to this Roman army as possible. Now on the other side here of the defending armies, we've got two Kush armies. All right, so we've got a lot of Kush slave infantry. This army here is bringing a huge force of slave infantry. I'm not sure why he brought so many. Bringing one or two is pretty good, but he's bringing so much. I don't understand. This other Kush army seems to be a bit more balanced. You've got swordsmen, you've got the Shotel warriors, which honestly, Kush is the ultimate kryptonite to Rome. So Rome is going to have a very challenging task. They're going to have to fight through those Shotel warriors. It's going to be really tough. But the good news for Rome is that, well, there's a lot of slave infantry, which, yeah, they're not going to do well. So let's see how that turns out. So we've got 3 Roman armies on the attacking side. So full Rome. Balance of power does not look good for the defenders. Let's see how this plays out. And we're going to go ahead and press play and watch the epic cav sally out. Now, I do not recommend you guys do this. It's always fun to do occasionally to have a full force of cav, but it's a high risk, high reward kind of strategy. If you can get out there and just slaughter the enemy army with your cav army, then it's worth it. But it's much easier said than done, because you have to be very good with your micro. You're managing pretty much a full army, right? That can move very quickly. So you've got to manage and make sure that you keep up with all the cav, because if you send them in to die or just charge in and get slaughtered, it's gonna be tough. But right away, he's gonna move up the horse archers here. He's got some noble blood cavalry. Well, it's actually a mix of Javi cav and archer cav. But he has not committed into this fight yet, and Rome is looking pretty weak right now. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this. I'm gonna slow-mo it here. Hastati out on the flanks. He's got archers, but no like cav, no spears, anti-cav. This might be brutal for the Romans. Also, I want to mention this video is sponsored by Ivacy VPN. If you guys are looking for a great VPN, don't look any further. Just look in the video description. There's a link to their website, and there's also a discount code in the video description, so check that out, guys. All right, so back to normal speed. Parthia is maneuvering, looks like 2 units of Eastern cataphracts. I'm also going to keep my eye over here, make sure we don't miss any of the action. It looks like a Roman army is moving in, but we're going to focus on this. And here we go. This is the first charge, guys, into this Roman Hastati unit. Big clash there. Awesome. So let's see if he sends in. Yep, they're going to cycle charge. Look at this. Take turns charging into this poor Hastati unit. Oh my god. No mercy. No mercy shall be given. Look at, they take out their swords and axes after the charge. And this Hastati unit's got to be breaking soon here. He can't hold on much longer. The other cav forces are holding back in reserve. They're actually falling back because of the Roman archers. So good play with the Roman archers, but you got to be careful. You don't want to push these guys too far up without the infantry support, because if they get charged down, it's going to be disaster. Archers are so important to siege battles, and if you lose them like that, it's going to be game over. You cannot lose archers. All right, so it looks like they're lining up for another charge. All cav shifting over to this little tree line here. Back over this way, the Romans are making their way to this wall, which has a light defense. The Romans should be able to do very well over here. I don't know what Kush is trying to accomplish here, but they're going to lose this ground very quickly. Over on this side, the Romans are taking a bit more of a passive approach, only moving up one tortoise. So this attack here is a little uneven. I think they should all push in. These two Roman armies go in together, while this army over here kind of focuses on killing the cav. I think that's the best strategy right now for the attackers. Here comes another charge. Oh my god, these poor Hastati. They've only lost one soldier in this unit, and this unit's only lost 3. That's how effective these charges can be. You can really take out a lot of infantry. There they go. They're going to fall back there and just keep on cycling charging. They're going for the long game here. Oh, here comes a 3rd unit. Now they got 3 units cycling charge. Oh my god. So it's just endless, guys. Endless slaughter. Oh, the juicy cav charges. I love it. But yeah, this is a long-term strategy, and it's working. As in, what I mean by long-term is that they're just sending a couple units at a time. They're not going full force charging in, which is smarter. There's less to micro, and you can definitely manage better. So that's good play by Parthia. But Rome, it's hard to tell whose army is who. I don't know if this Roman army is pushing here, but they might be, and the inner defenses are open to be taken. This is the problem here with this attack. This is the victory point. It is open for attack. So I'm curious to see what Kush is going to do here, if they're going to fall back or what. But here comes Rome. I mean, they just took this with ease. The walls are crumbling, the infantry pouring in. Kush is giving them a very relaxed defense here, giving up a lot of ground, and we'll see how that plays out. Over on this side, though, Rome, this other Roman army is, like I said, taking a very passive approach and waiting to go in. See, they are moving up some archers. They definitely need to get going because I want these two Roman armies to attack at the same time. They could slaughter this army. They just get in there. Just kill the slave infantry. They're super cheap and they're not very good. They're not going to hold well against the Roman infantry. And here comes Rome. This is where the real struggle is going to be against these Shotel warriors. If I was Rome, I would dedicate more archers over to this side and focus down these Shotel warriors who are doing a little bit of a dance here and try to soften them up with some arrows before you send in the heavy infantry. All right, so Parthia has done a lot of damage. Rome is boxing up here, which is not a bad idea. And yeah, now they're setting up the archers. Parthia has to really rely on his Kushite allies to hold the inner city streets to win this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, Parthia is doing a lot of damage here, but they are leaving the settlement open to be attacked. So we'll see what happens, what comes from this. But here comes Rome moving up some Syrian archers, trying to fire back at the horse archers. They're going to simply run away. I like the use of the trees here, which gives them extra protection against enemy archer fire. And sure enough, Rome is just getting spanked right now by these Shotel warriors. They are breaking. Not sure why he's holding back the infantry over here. Honestly, it's not a terrible idea. So let me slow motion this real quick. It's not a terrible idea to hold back this infantry, but not for too long. So what I think they should do, and they're taking a little too long over here, is push hard, because this is something you can break through. Once you push back Kush to over here, and they're defending this point right here, then you push in the siege towers, and you've got Kush panicking because they've got to hold 2 different points instead of just 1 or 2, or possibly 3 points. But yeah, the Roman attack here is a little sloppy indeed. All right, so let's see. This is good. They're pushing up more tortoises over here. They're gonna begin the assault. I mean, you might even be able to sneak a couple units over to this side. You know, send like a unit or 2 over here to help out with this assault, because this is a big, this is a big deal. If you take this, it's gonna be looking pretty good. All right, oh, look at this. Parthia behind the Roman army. He's got the Parthian horse archers about to open fire. Just softening up the Roman archers. Yeah, they're just focusing all firepower on the auxiliary Syrian archers, which is smart because you want to get them out of here. Because if you take out the archers, there's literally nothing that will stop the Parthian cav against this army. I mean, that is what's keeping this army alive, is the archers. And yet, Parthia is taking some losses, but it's better to lose horse archers than heavy cataphracts to arrows, for sure. Alright, these siege towers are somewhat making it to the walls. And here we go, finally, there we go. Big push. Hastati going in. Armored legionaries kind of going in. Looks like they're backing up there a little bit. I don't know why he's charging in with columns. But we've got a juicy frontline battle, and it's a battle the Romans can easily win, but this is not a good formation. I'm not sure why he's doing this. He needs to have more of a line instead of columns attacking. Here comes Romans trying to push through here. You saw that little push through. It's being reinforced by some Shotel warriors. So there are some Shotel warriors in the mix, but I mean, Rome should be able to take this one. They just got to keep pouring on infantry. That's all you got to do with Rome. Get your infantry into the fight. Kush pushing through a gap here. Rome is kind of stacking too many units over here. Spread them out. Spread them out, Rome. Don't push too many units in one area. But I believe that's all of the Roman infantry. This one unit reserve over here of Hastati. But yeah, this is not great from the Romans. This is terrible. Oh man. But hey, this is pretty good timing here. Legionaries pushing on the flank. They've got one unit of Shotel warriors they've got to get through. They can also go this way, guys, on the wall. And then, well, no, they can't. Well, yes, they can. They can go here and then get down here and push behind the enemy. But we'll see what Rome does here with their extra troops on the walls. You can see, even though this Roman assault is a little sloppy in terms of their column formation and, you know, just it's kind of ugly, but they're still pushing through the infantry here. I mean, slave infantry starting to shatter. And if you do that, you can flank behind the armored Shotel warriors, in which they need to do. They absolutely need to get behind these guys. Please attack the rear of these guys. Over here, Rome is also pouring through, and Kush is falling back. Where are they going? Where is the victory point? I never know. That's the thing that kills me with Rome. I don't ever know where the victory point is. It's usually like in the middle of the city. Instead of it just being here, it's in the middle. Yeah, I don't think this is a victory point. This just allows roads, allow all units to move quicker. 150%. So if you take that, you get a little bonus there to move a little bit faster on the roads, which helps. It definitely helps. Is there like, doesn't it like show the victory point? It doesn't even show the victory point. Well, it's somewhere, and whatever. Rome just needs to focus on killing all of these troops. Let's go back over here with Parthia, where they're now doing cycle charges. Look at that. Doing cycle charges with their eastern cataphracts, trying to soften up this infantry while the archer cav is still focusing down the enemy archers. And I like how he kind of has his army, or not kind of, he does have his army spread out here and attacking all sides of the Romans, trying to find a weak spot into their force. Here comes some Parthian horse archers ready to open fire. No, doesn't. Oh, that was a good job there by Rome, taking out a lot of the Parthian horse archers. Rome's doing a good job here. This might look at first glance kind of noobish, but this is kind of what you have to do when you only have infantry and archers. So Parthia is doing what they can. Back over this way, the Romans have dedicated their force over into this opening. Now, my question here is, why didn't the Romans send at least one unit this way to attack the rear of this force or help the main assault over there? I don't know. I don't know why he dedicated so much against one unit. You're just playing into the Kush, you know, the Kushite advantage. Not sure why he's doing that. And Kush, you know, They're slaughtering these guys. They're slaughtering these guys. You know, Rome did a good job initially against, you know, against the slave infantry, but the Shotel warriors are just slaughtering Rome right now. Because that's what Shotel warriors do. They are an excellent faction at bringing down heavily armored units from another faction. So if you're going against Rome, Sparta, Macedon, really any faction that, which is a lot of factions that have high armored units, Kush is a great faction to bring because they are going to penetrate right through that armor and slaughter these units. And that's what's happening right here. Kush is just slaughtering them. Here comes a bit of a cab charge. That also doesn't help. This infantry is just getting slammed by the Kushite royal guard. And Rome needs to quickly, we got the other Roman army, needs to quickly send some support over here, which he is, but my God, I think Rome could have done a lot better here. Yes, he's taking on these Shotel warriors, but there's a lot of flanking opportunities here. Like, for example, right here. All right, let me slow motion again. Why have 2 units attack 1? How about you send 1 unit to hold this unit in place and then push around this gap right there. Oh, you got a unit right here. Or send this unit around here. Like, there's a lot of flanking opportunities that Rome is not doing, which would help kill these Shotel warriors because you're getting behind them. But he's not taking it, so what can you do? What can you do? Legionaries still trying to get through the Kush forces. Now, because of Rome 2 and how glitchy it is, this unit is now behind Kush. And this is pretty good for Rome because they've got these Shotel warriors surrounded. They're still going to do a lot of damage, but much better to have them surrounded like this. Again, I don't know why he's not sending a unit this way. Go this way, buddy. Go down the stairway and help. All right, this, oh my goodness. The archers are now breaking from the overwhelming archer fire from the Parthian horse archers. So the Roman archers are done. This army is now breaking formation, which is honestly not a good move. I don't blame him. Maybe he's going to try to rush into the city. Okay, so maybe that's his best option, right? Rush to the city. Go right there, run through, because if you can do that, the Cav is not going to have as good of an opportunity to trample your men because you can hold choke points against them. Oh, they're going for the general. Noble blood Cav going for the Roman general. He's nothing he can do. Most likely going to perish here. Infantry, Roman infantry trying to save him, but he's out of position. He's down to 3 bodyguard or 2 bodyguard. And that's it. The Roman general is gone for this army. And we've got another Cav charge over here. Just absolutely destroyed by Parthia. And, you know, that's the thing, guys. When you are playing these multiplayer games, you've got to pay attention to the factions. You got to know who counters who, or not necessarily counter, but what to expect from different factions. Parthia is an all-Cav. You know, they're not all Cav. They do have infantry, but their infantry is pretty trash. Good little Pila there. Nice little throw. But if you're against Parthia, bring anti-Cav. All right? Bring anti-Cav. Because even if they don't bring Cav, your anti-Cav will still do very well against the Parthian infantry because their infantry is not good. It is not good. So I think that's the first mistake from the Roman player here, is that he did not bring any sort of anti-Cav. No Triarii, or if that's how you pronounce it, I always mix that one up. No Triarii, no, you know, no Cav of his own to counter the enemy Cav. Nothing. Just archers was his best bet, and they got slaughtered by the horse archers. And Rome is trying to chase down this Parthian army, which is a big mistake. He needs to get his troops inside the city. That is his best bet at this point. Get inside the city, get out of there, save as much men as possible so you can help your allies. Rome over here has finally broken through the Kushite Shotel warriors, but at a great cost. And I think his allies sent over reinforcements as well. But I think this Roman army is pretty much wiped. I mean, they've got a couple units here and there, but it's really not that strong at this point. And there's still one powerful Kushite army positioned right here. I think this is the victory point. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Pretty sure this is the victory point. So they've got to defend this center position right here. And I think they can do it. We'll see. I mean, Rome still has a lot of units, guys. I mean, that's the crazy thing about this battle. Balance of power has not shifted. If anything, it's hard to tell, but it might have actually gone more in favor of the Roman army. So he needs to just rush in the infantry and start pushing for the town center. The Parthian cav is not going to perform as well inside the city. Sure, they're still going to get some good charges. They can run down streets and stuff, but it's not going to be as difficult to manage against this all Parthian cav force. So this is it, guys. Does Rome have enough to take this town center? Well, I think they could easily win this one. You know, but they just got to make decent tactics. They got to do decent tactics, decent strategy here, where they've got to all together push the town center, use their archers wisely, use the archers to go after the Shotel warriors, right, or enemy archers. Make sure you're in Testudo. If they're firing at you, you know, the small things really matter. And at the same time, they want to keep a rear guard, which it looks like they kind of are doing. A rear guard here to defend their attacking army. And also I see some cav from the Romans. This needs to be used defensively. Don't be aggressive. Use it defensively to hold off the Parthian army. And I think they're going to be okay. I think they can do this. Also, flank. Make sure you go through the flanks. Don't play the advantage of the defenders. Oh, hey, they've got Triarii. Okay, there they go. They do have some Triarii. Excellent. But they weren't there to defend against the cav. This is one of the initial attacking, you know, units that were attacking the wall instead of helping defend the archers. Here comes another unit of armored legionaries. You're just playing right into the trap of the armored Shotel warriors. This is what they want. They'll slice through the shields. They'll slice through the armor of the Romans. Get some archers in there. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Parthia trying to run down the remaining Romans who are quickly trying to get into the city. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's so awesome. Seeing these Romans fight as their comrades continue to scale up the wall. And the cav is going to fall back and reform and prepare for another charge. Yeah, I would have gone through this gap here. It's much faster than climbing up these siege towers, and you can quickly plug it. We also have some Romans going around the flank here. I think that's a good move. That's a good move from the Romans. Try to push on the flanks. Here we go. Here comes some troops in Testudo. Very awesome seeing the Testudo. I always enjoy watching them march in that Testudo formation. Good play with the archers. Look at this. They took out these Kushite archers. They're gone. Hold fire, though. You don't want to waste too many. And start opening fire on the infantry. We got a little aggressive push here by Kush, sending out the Shotel warriors. Oh, he's going to go for a charge. Look at this. Let's watch this. This is crazy. So, very aggressive from the defenders. Oh! Nice little volley, too, in the side flank of the Romans. The Romans are not paying attention. Excellent charge. Very good. So, yeah, he's getting aggressive. Here comes the Romans. They're about to get aggressive, too. But please don't charge into Shotel warriors. Oh, no. They need to try to soften them up with Pila as much as possible. And then use their archers as much as possible. Don't just charge in, because that's how you're going to lose. This Roman unit, it's the legionaries taking on these swordsmen. They should be able to cut through them pretty nicely since they're not Shotel warriors. Yeah, this is a waste of archer fire right here. You see this, guys? They're opening fire on this unit. It's a good position because you're firing at their flank, but the Romans, I mean, they are breaking, but they just need to send up more units. The Romans should be able to get through these swordsmen. The archer fire should be focusing down these guys over here. That's the bigger threat. But yeah, let's see how this is progressing. Oh my god, we got pikemen, Kushite pikes supporting this front. Another target you should go after with archers. Now, thankfully, they do have the arrow tower over here who's kind of helping with killing those pikes. The pikes should probably move up a little bit, too, to try to support this front line. Oh, my God. Okay, so I think we had a full-on cav attack here. You see this? A huge cav force came by and slaughtered the flanking Romans. And where is Parthia at this point? Oh, my God. What is Parthia doing? Look at this. They have their units way back here. Way back here. They've got to be exhausted. No, they're winded. Awesome. Is this gate open? No, this is controlled by the Romans. They can't get through this gate. But what they're most likely going to do is I think they're just hiding their troops, making the Romans kind of forget about them. They're going to swing back through this way and hit the rear of the Roman army as they are fully committing into this Kush defense. Which they're doing an excellent job with the cav on slowing down the Roman flank here. So, very good stuff. Oh. Slaughter, man. Nice little flanking charge. That's going to cause the Romans to break there. Very good play there. Very good teamwork from the players. And here we go. The Romans have pushed. They have pushed and are taking on the armored Shotel warriors, which is going to be a losing battle. Rome is just relying on their numbers and throwing waves and waves of men at the enemy, hoping that they will just overwhelm them. Oh no. Now we got the general. Look at this. He's just charging in the back lines of the Romans, going after this depleted legionary unit. And as soon as they do that, no! See, the Romans should have pushed up their cav. Again, use them defensively against enemy cav. The Romans' flank is open. They could have attacked with the swordsman here, right? And then have one Triarii watch the back. But this isn't looking good. Good use of the cav by the Kush player. Doing an excellent job. And oh my god, Parthia is still running down Romans. Hastati getting trampled by a depleted unit of Eastern Cataphracts. So Parthia is just doing as much damage as possible against this flanking force. And oh my god, what are they doing? They're just throwing men at these pikes. Just throwing the men at the pikes. And look, it's causing men to break. They're desperate to get through here, but in throwing your men desperately at a good defensive position is not going to help you. You've got to find weak spots in the defense. Like, I don't know, there's a gap right here. Can they not get through that? There's a gap right there. Right there. The cav is just slaughtering the infantry over here. There's nothing the Romans can do. More cav coming around the flank. Look at this. Great cav work in today's battle by the defenders. Oh my god. What in the world, Rome? And he's got his infantry way too far back. And you know, you got to keep your reserve forces somewhat close. So if you're starting to lose and you need to send up reinforcements, you can quickly do that. Now, I get it. You got to keep some in reserve here because, yes, look at this. Parthia is running through. Is this the same cav unit? How did they get all the way over there so quickly? Hold on. That's crazy. Let me slow motion. They were over here, right? They must have ran all the way back, and now they're attacking this flank of the Roman army. Is this all of them, though? 1, 2. That's only 2 units. 3 units. Where's the other Parthian cav? Oh, they're over here. Okay. There we go. So they are splitting up their forces a little bit. They also have some horse archers that are going to help the Kushite infantry against the Roman archers. Balance of power is still in favor of Rome. They can still win this battle, but they need to stop the bleeding. They've got to stop losing so many troops. Start flanking. Cut down these cav. Once they're stuck in this fight, cut them down, which they, good move there by Rome. Not a terrible engagement for Rome. They still have a lot of cav to deal with, but they are cutting down a decent amount. Here's the Parthian general. He's running into this area because he's going to help out. That's exactly what he wants to do. He's going to help out and do some rear charges with the Kushite general. And my God, the Romans just played into the Kushite trap. They just attacked a super solid... Look at these guys. You're going to get through this? No, not with Romans. The Shotel weapon is just too deadly. Oh my God. That is just so brutal. And there we go. The Romans are breaking. And that's it for the Romans on this flank. They're now getting funneled. Basically, the Romans, at first, they were attacking here, here, attacking over here. Now, they're getting funneled all in this direction. And that's going to make it so much more easier for the defenders to defend this area. Oh, come on. Send out this cav. I'm ready for more juicy cav charges. And sure enough, look at these guys are still hidden. Okay, they're no longer hidden. But that doesn't necessarily mean the Roman player sees this cav coming. Oh my God. And the balance of power is still in favor of Rome, guys. That's just how much of a huge advantage the Romans had in this battle. And still have. And they can still win this, even though they've done so... Oh, why are you running? Oh, okay, I get it. I mean, they've got spears, though. I mean, just send them in and attack the general. If we get lucky, kill the general. It'd be huge. All right, here we go. Hastati gonna try. Oh. What Hastati? The Hastati just pulled a Houdini. They were here 1 second ago. And thanks to the mobility of these deadly cataphracts, they're going to come in and surround the Romans. Good play. Here we go. Finally, the Romans are sending in their cav, and they've got the cataphracts surrounded. Nice. Like I said, defensive cav use. Very good. But it's too late. The Romans are taking too many losses, and they are just mass breaking. Legionary cav trying to do what they can, but it's not looking good. Romans, look at this. You can see all their units moving up now, full force. Still a Roman unit over here as well. Trying to deal with these horse archers. Balance of power still in favor of the Romans. They can still do this. Hey, take the arrow towers. Do everything you can to try to get this battle back in your favor. Here we go. He's pulling out his legionary cav. That's smart. More cav coming in. That's good. But at one point, you got to just, like, make your stand. I think if he mixes in infantry with this... this isn't good. He's got nothing defending his archers. All of his infantry is committed to the fight. These archers are going to be easy prey. Easy prey to the cav. Now, it's a good move. He's holding back here. He's going to open fire with the archers. Here comes a bit of a charge from Kush. Trying to retake this area, which they kind of gave up. And I get it. They were getting shot at by the arrow towers. They didn't throw off their Pila. That's unfortunate. They could have killed a lot of Shotel warriors that way. Did they take this? Okay, they're taking this. This is going to help them in their assault. That's smart. Good play. Balance of power is pretty much even now. Still, the Romans can win this battle. What a fight. Parthia is trying to find an opportunity for a cav charge. Good play there by the Romans defending that little thin pathway, but here comes another cav unit. You've got nothing defending your archers. This is really close, guys. Really close. Oh, why did he charge his cav into... Okay, let's slow motion it. Let's look at the options here for Rome. try to go through the flanks. I know this is risky, but you might even have to get, I don't know, just this infantry unit can go around this way. I mean, the opportunities are limited, but he had the opportunities. Look, he's got swordsmen who broke through the center. The Romans are cracking over here. It's not looking good for Rome. Rome's being held off by some swordsmen, armored legionaries. All right, General trying to defend the flank here, but this is a losing battle against Noble Blood Cav. Archers are trying to support him, but he does risk friendly fire. He bought some time. The archers are doing the best they can. They got infantry now. Legionaries trying to defend the archers. Just send in the cav. That's all you can do. Send in the cav to protect the archers. Yeah, the cav's got this. These cataphracts are just too much. Or this is Noble Blood, but still, very deadly unit. Just too much. And they're losing on this front. Here comes another cav unit. Look at this. Kush sending in their general. Great teamwork here from the Kush armies. Very good charge on the other side of the archers. These archers are doomed. And look at this. Every time they send in an anti-counter flank force, another flanking unit comes by and hits them in the rear. Look at that. The Cav's going to hit them. Then Parthia is going to come in and give them a good smack. And they're just surrounded. It's just too much for them. And Rome is breaking, guys, and the balance of power is completely in favor of the defenders. And this is going to be a solid victory from the defenders, who take on overwhelming odds and win. Now, to be fair, and I'm not trying to be mean, but the Roman players were new, or newer, or just aren't experienced with multiplayer. They made a lot of big mistakes, not using flanks, not using their numbers to break through and flanking around, not using their cav defensively until the very end of the battle when it was too late. Yeah, I think I liked how the Romans flanked around this way to try to get behind, but and I understand flanking is important, but when you're dealing with an all cav army, when you flank, make sure you've got something protecting your flanking force nearby, like a cav unit, a spear unit, or something, because it's like they pushed so far around the flank that they were open to cav charges, and that's why this flanking force just got decimated. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here. Good play by Parthia, good teamwork by Kush, and again, let's just end the replay. Look at the results here. But again, picking factions is also part of the strategy. And Rome struggles against Kush. Now, I'm really curious on Joe, who has an awesome YouTube channel. So check it out. I have a link to it in the description. Why did you bring so many slave infantry? I don't fully understand that. But look at the Armored Shotel Warriors. 454 kills. 353. Even the normal Shotel Warriors all of them got over 100. This one, 233. Whew. Ulfr, 281, 278, 410, 234. This one's 0 because he didn't really see any action. That is insane. Look at these kills. Look at these kills. Shotel Warriors, got to take them out if you're a heavily armored faction. Dan, who was leading the Cav force, 352, 249, 234. I mean, he did such a good job. Even the horse archers did pretty solid. Really awesome. The best Roman player was right here, Apple. Just under 2,000 kills. He did the best he could. I have a feeling he killed a lot of slave infantry. Smoke, unfortunately, I think he was a player that got focused down by Cav. And he has 2 units of Triarii, which I did not see them trying to defend against the Cav. Too many Hastati, in my opinion. Hastati are not strong enough You know, having one or two are good for flanks and stuff, but I think he should have invested more in less Eagle cohort. I think just armored legionaries and Principes would have been better. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here, guys, for today's battle. I know this was kind of not the most like epic skill battles, but it's a good learning battle for sure, and hopefully you can take some tips and learn from the mistakes here. And it was really cool to see that Cav play as Parthia. You know, Parthia was awesome to watch because he was very careful with his army. Oftentimes with all Cav armies, you'll just see them charge in and do as much damage in a small amount of time, and they just kind of throw their army away. Parthia did a good job of doing, you know, slow damage, and it was awesome. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and I'll see you guys next time on the battlefield.